Hello. So, are you having a problem getting a job after this pandemic as a fresher? Do you think that because you are a fresher, you cannot find yourself a job? Do you think that finding a job is gonna be a very difficult? Then let me help you with the ultimate guide, with the best guide that you can have in 2020 and start your 2021 to be successful and to get yourself the best job that the market has for your skills, for your abilities. Let us jump into it. So, well, if you want to get a job and you do not have an experience, never ever say this to yourself, nor to your employer. The biggest mistake that any and every fresher does is on the day of interview, they say to themselves in front of the mirror, "Oh, I do not have experience. Oh, I do not have experience." And when the moment they come in front of the interviewer, and the first question, "So, what do you know about the subject?" And sorry, sir, I'm a fresher and I do not know anything about it. Man, you lost the job. You lost the job. You simply lost the job. You are not going to get the job. So stop saying to yourself that you are a fresher. Stop saying to yourself first that you have no experience. Stop saying this to your employer that you have no experience. You surely have experience. You have about 20-25 years of experience with your life. You have studied the subject that you applied the job for maybe for the last 4 to 5 years. You applied for a job role that you wanted to work and you do not have any experience. What are you saying about? You have studied on that subject for the last 4 to 5 years. You have earned a degree and you say you do not have any experience. You do not know anything about the job role because you haven't worked. The employer obviously knows that. The interviewer surely knows that because he has your resume and he knows that you do not have any professional working experience. But you are supposed to have a lot of experience. You are expected to have a lot of experience about the job that you have applied for, about the job role that you have applied for, about the skills that would be required to get that job, to work on that job. So be prepared, be confident that you have all the experience that is needed for the job. You have all the knowledge needed to do the job because you have studied on that subject for the last 4 5 years. You are an expert in that subject. You know it very well. You know everything about the job role, what the job role demands. You can Google and find it out what that job role demands. So if you are applying for a data analyst, maybe a fresher in data analyst, know everything that a data analyst does. You might not have a professional experience, but you can surely know what a data analyst does. So know everything about the job role called data analyst that you are applying for. Know everything about what you have learned in the past. And your job is done. Know everything about the company that you are applying the job for. Know everything about the kind of people they hire and the kind of talent that the company is looking for. And be very confident on the day of interview. Do not ever utter the word that you are a fresher and you do not know this, because you are not expected to not know anything, but you are expected to know everything about the subject, about the job, and about the job role that you are applying for. It might not be the professional working experience, and the interviewer never expects you to have a professional working experience because you are a fresher. You did not say that. He knows that you are a fresher. You need not stress upon the fact that you are a fresher, because that shows that you have considered yourself as a failure. You do not know anything about the subject, about the topic, and about the job role. So the key point is never ever consider yourself as a fresher and say to your employer or your interviewer that you are a fresher and you do not know anything. Know everything about the subject, know everything about the job role, and know everything about the skill that is required to do that job, so that you are the best person. Be extremely confident that you are the best person to do the job, because you have a particular set of knowledge and the particular set of skill that nobody can match, and you will get a job. So be very confident, be the best in whatever you do, and you will see that the job is yours. So go and get a lot of experience first before applying for the fresher job. Go and get a lot of experience for yourself first on the topic, on the skill, on the job role, about the company, and then apply for the job. Until then, do not apply for the job. Until then, do not start looking for a job. Got my point? So now let us start with the key points that you should take care of the moment you start looking for a job. Number one, educate yourself. Educate yourself like anything. Be the best with the skill that you want to do a job in. Be the best with that skill. You should be confident that I can challenge anybody in that industry on this particular skill set. I am simply the best. So educate yourself, and educate yourself to a point where nobody can challenge your skill. So educate yourself. Number two, start working as soon as possible. Not for money, but for knowledge. Not for money, but for experience. So start working as soon as possible. The day would never come if you wait for it. You have to start right now, today, and do not work for money, but work to acquire a lot of knowledge, work to acquire a lot of experience. So start working immediately. Do not wait for something to happen and then you would start working. Start working from today. Work. Next is start building up the network. Start working on the network. Start connecting with a lot of people in your industry, in the kind of job that you want to get into. Start connecting with them, talking to them via LinkedIn, via social media. Use social media to get yourself a good job. Use social media to connect with a lot of people relevant to what you want to do, and you will find yourself with a better network of people who are actively looking for maybe whatever job you want to get into. So start building a network. Start working on building a network. Once you start working on building the network, your job is 50% done. Number four, list all the skills that are required to get into that particular job that you want to get into. List down all these skills. If you want to apply for the job as a web developer, let's say, so you have to list down all the skills that are required to be a good web developer. So you need to know technologies well. You need to know these set of technologies really well to be a good web developer. So make sure that you have all the skills listed with you in front of your eyes, and you are working on becoming an expert in all the things that you have listed right above. All the skills that are required to get into that job, you are an expert into that field. You are not just somebody. But you are an expert in the field that you want to work in. Next is have a good story to tell to your employer. Find out a story why you want this job, why this job role is the best for you, how you got into this career, why are you doing engineering, or why are you doing medical. Have a good story for yourself. Have a good story to tell your employer, something that your CV or resume does not tell about. The CV or resume will only talk about your qualifications and your degrees and such things. The story has to be said by you. Why you want to get into that job? Why does that job role fascinates you? What is that interesting that makes you the best fit for the job? Have a story around yourself. Build up a story. Work on a story. Find out how you can make it your life or your choice a beautiful and a wonderful story, and how you made sure that you took care of the challenges. What were the biggest challenges and how you took care of the challenges. So make a nice story for yourself with all the drama and actions in the story. And those drama and actions did not be some fighting scenes, but how there were challenges in the life and how you took care of those challenges by doing something. So have a story for yourself. Work on building up your CV now. Now that you have all the skills listed, you have expertise with all the skills, you have educated yourself, you have gone out and worked for yourself, you now have gathered some experience. It's time to now build up your CV. Write all that you can write about yourself, about what the employer would want to know about you in your CV. Do not make it a copy paste CV. The biggest mistake that we do when we make a CV, it ends up being a copy paste of somebody else's CV with a lot of things that is not even relevant for you, that is not even for you. So do not make a copy paste CV. Make it your resume, your CV. Make it a personalized one that says only about you, that only says your hobbies, that says about what you like and what you do not like. It says about the challenges that you have faced in the life. So your CV has to be your CV, nobody else's CV. So start working on building an updated CV and resume. Next is start working on the presentation skills. Start working on the soft skills. Start working on how would you communicate with the interviewer. Start working on how you would answer over the phone. Start working on how would you be answering over the emails. So start working on your soft skills. Start working on your presentation skills, because this is one skill that will help you in projecting all what you have learned in the past. Let's say you have done everything that was supposed to be done in the last 4 to 5 years of time, but you do not have the necessary skills to communicate that to your employer. You do not have the skills to communicate it to your interviewer that you are the best with whatever you do, then you lose everything. You lose all the hard work that you have done, because the interviewer or the employer would never know what you have achieved in the past, because you do not have the good communication skill, you do not have the good presentation skill to communicate to the interviewer or the employer about yourself. So work on building up the presentation skills, work on building up the communication skill, work on building up the soft skill of yourself. Next, and very important, is aim high. Just aim for whatever you think you can achieve in your life, and be very confident that yes, you can. Let the employer think of, let the interviewer think of, "Kya ye pagal, this guy has gone crazy." Let him think of that. But you have to aim high, you have to be the best, because you know you are the best. You have to aim the highest and be confident that you will do whatever it takes to reach where you want to reach. So aim high, aim best, and be the best in the industry. Next, the last one, the most important one, is before you start looking for a job for yourself, give yourself a new job. That is to find a job. Get yourself this new job is about finding a new job and finding the best job for you. Do not end up, I just applied in one company and two company and now I am relaxing and waiting for a job offer to come in. No, get yourself this new job of getting a new job and work on it 24/7. Like you have worked in acquiring that skill, like you have worked 24/7 in acquiring that expertise. Now work on getting yourself a good job 24/7. Do not stop by just applying to 1, 2 or 3 companies. Move out, apply to as many companies as you can, internationally, nationally, locally, globally, wherever you think you can apply for as many companies as you can. Go and research as many companies as you can. Find out which one is the best company, what is the best job role that you can fit into, and then start working. Get yourself a job, the best job that is available in the market, not just any job, but get yourself the best job. So your next job is to find yourself a new job. Start today. So I would conclude by saying this, that getting a good job is not tough, but not getting a good job is tough, because not getting a good job will require a lot of hard work. This hard work would be in the form of not doing any work. This hard work would be in the form of sleeping and waiting for some miracle to happen. This hard work would be in the form of scrolling over social media and not building up any network, just staying around, moving around and doing nothing. So do not do that much of hard work so that you do not get a job, but work enough to get yourself a job. And it is very easy. The industries are open, everything is working fine. The pandemic is behind us, though there are no vaccines and medications yet, but still the pandemic is behind us. Let it go behind us now. Do not just say, let yourself say that, oh, it's pandemic, I cannot get myself a new job. Work on it and you will get a new job. Be confident about it and move out. Best of luck.